Alright, so this is what the car sounds like now. It's not that bad, I mean, but when you drive it, it's so loud. It's just horrible. The car's not really that cold, so not being that cold, the car doesn't sound that loud. But when it's cold, it sounds much louder than that. So once we put these mufflers on, we'll do a before and after test, and we'll see what the car sounds like after. So this is the Subaru Outback 3.6R, 260,000 miles, and we'll get back to you when the new mufflers are on. So guys, these are the mufflers from the 2012 Subaru Outback, 260,000 miles. So basically that's what happened to the pipe. It's pretty much rusted out, and hopefully they can get these clamps off and reseal it without having to change this whole pipe that goes down to the catalytic converter, which won't be good. But basically both of these mufflers are shot.
What's your last name, sir? Last name? Come over here. Okay.
So can you back up just a little bit? Give me just a little bit of space. Thank you.
Yeah, you take this ball off.
Wow, that's a big hole. Holy shit. Alright guys, so here's the muffler. 264,000 miles. It's running all the way through. Look at that. Wow. I mean, it held up for a long time. So you can see here's the outer cover and there's the inner cover. Well, there's the other one. It doesn't have as big as a hole as that one, but it's still shot out. You know? So basically what we're doing now is we're waiting for the gaskets to put on the new mufflers back on. And he's cleaning he's cleaning those things, and should be good. Should be good. So I say that's a good job. See, this guy's a good mechanic. He knows his shit. It's putting the. What'd you do? Clean it out, or are you trying to stuff it?
I'm trying to just stuff it a little bit so I can just clean up the bed.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get stuff going down. That's good. See?
So any debris.
Yeah, I got you. He's gonna clean the surface. They're the new mufflers. Yep, night and day. So that's the Walker muffler. The only problem is you can't get the right side in the Walker. They were like backed up because of this whole pandemic stuff. So they were like 8 months behind in producing the right, but the left are readily available. Or else I would have just got 2 Walkers. It would have been fine. $122 a piece. Versus, again, you know, $187. That was on sale, but it's really $289 for that muffler at the dealer plus tax. Plus we had to pay shipping. So we're just waiting for the gaskets, and then they should just go pop right in when we're out of here. I figured that out. A little lubricant. Yeah. Very nice mechanic. Yeah, they go on as easier than they do coming off.
Yeah.
That's it. It's on. There you go. Looks different. The Walker looks very small compared to the OEM Subaru muffler. But they're both going to do the same. It's not going to make any difference in the car. Alright guys, so here are the gaskets. That's it. 2 of them. Mufflers are in. New bolts, washers, and we're gonna be all set. We're gonna be out of here. We're gonna take a little drive to see how she drives with the new mufflers. So those are the old gaskets, all rusted out, old bolts. That bolt lasted, you know, but the other bolts were just no good. And basically, they're not using stainless steel bolts. Those are just cheap bolts that are gonna rust out anyway. But the cheap bolts lasted since 10 years. So it should be all right. Everyone's got to give him a hard time. So we put the gasket in, putting the bolts in. That's it. Washers, and you just tighten it down. So there goes the gasket. It's basically an easy job, like a do-yourselfer. See the way the guy needed a torch and all of that. And usually that's what it takes to take these mufflers off, because they don't use stainless steel, or else the bolts would just come right out. But a few of them came out. Hand cranking it. He cut one out. So once he gets that bolt in, it's home free. It's a home run. Oops. Oops. One gave him trouble. So they basically went to get a skinnier bolt, a thinner bolt to fit in there. It's fine. It makes it much easier with a lift, especially a job like this. So I guess he doesn't have the socket for that size bolt. He's doing it by hand. It's got to be tight. Lock washers. That's it. I think that one's still loose. Alright, so the problem is this. That's not sealing the muffler together. So here's what the walker sounds like. And there's really no leak, right? Yeah, so I mean, we can wait on that. And here's what the Subaru muffler sounds like. Quiet. They're both quiet. So the walker is pretty quiet. That thing is a quiet muffler. Basically, to solve that problem, you got to get the resonator from the cat back, I guess, to the mufflers. It's fucked up. Okay, so the car sounds good. It's not really making a big problem with that. It's so quiet. So he's putting that on. Oh, that's probably gonna hold. Well, he said it's temporary. We'll see how it goes. You know, if it's that unbearable, then we'll get the resonator. So what does the resonator do? Resonates?
It just dull out the sound a little bit.
Oh, okay. Dull the sound out. You gotta let that dry?
Yeah. And also, it'll dry out as the car is running.
As it gets hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, works for me. It's better buying a resonator. I mean, it was quiet without the resonator. With that coming out, it wasn't really that much exhaust leaking out of it. So once you're in the car, you're not going to hear it. But before, it was so bad with those holes in it. sometimes this cement stuff really works. I mean, it stays in there because as long as that is not a lot of blowout, it's probably just going to stick, or it's just going to, you know, break off with the salt and the water hitting it. Vibration, it'll just crack off. Yeah, look at that. Nice and clean. That's the resonator. You know, here the catalytic converters, I mean, they held up. You know, no problems with them. And all the way down here, looks no problems. Just the mufflers go. That's where all the pressure is. And basically the car held up pretty well. You know, for 2012 with all the miles on it. You know, everything, it looks good. You know, it's all in good shape. No rust. Can't ask for more. You know, Subarus are pretty decent cars. This is probably from guys lifting from here. You know, that. So that's no big deal. Yeah, guys put the jacks on here and they lift the car up because there's really nowhere to lift it. I mean, this should have been under here too, but whatever. That's why that's all rusted out, because the guys put jacks on. There's some rust there. That's no big deal. Yeah, so taking another look, making sure everything's good. I'm gonna start her up. Not this one. Wow, quiet. You can't hear nothing. Silent like a mouse. It's coming out? Yeah. It's quiet. Wow. Yeah, it's all good now. Yeah. One thing about these Subarus, you can't beat them in the snow. They're like goats. They'll go through anything. Like a mountain goat. Climb anything, go through snow. You know, it's just the way the all-wheel drive is set up. You can see it's basically a rear-wheel drive car. I mean, it goes all the way from the back. See, there's the transmission, and then it goes to the back, right? And then the transmission is right here, the front-wheel drive part. That's how it works. So it's basically like almost a rear-wheel drive setup, and that's why these cars are so well balanced and they can do what they do. Yeah, because of the way the engine's set up. It's not like a front-wheel drive where it's predominantly front-wheel drive and all the weight is in the front. We're coming down, boss? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, what a big difference. Yeah, she's a good car. It's gonna be a new car now. Alright guys, so basically let's take the car for a drive and let's see how it feels compared to what it was. Oh yeah, you don't hear nothing. It's so quiet now. It has more power, for sure. I can just feel it. Just giving it gas. I mean, it's still an old car. The check engine light, all that shit is on. I don't know why, what the problem is with that, but that's another thing. But now, the car's being driven. So I thought maybe the mufflers would reset this because of back pressure. But it's definitely got more power. It needs a little more work for sure. But it's quiet. Needs an alignment. And why that check engine light is on, we don't know. You know, that's the other thing that needs to be resolved. And then, you know, hopefully the car has good power. So there's no problem with that. You know, there's no issue with the power. Definitely needs a wheel alignment. Yeah, I mean, the car's got oomph. You know, it's either you buy a new car, spend the money, get a new car, or you try to keep the car on the road. And basically, this car was neglected. You know, it needs a wheel alignment, wheel balancing, and you know, if that check engine light can be fixed, the car should be good for probably for another 150,000 miles, because it's just cruising along. It's making good power. All right, guys, so this is John Avanti. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this was helpful and you got something out of it. You know, it was pretty interesting how he changed the mufflers and the big difference in the sound. You know, so take care, peace out.